Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rock Studios. I'm Stan Miller. I'm the PR and Analyst Relations Manager for Rockwell Automation in the EMEA region, and I am joined by Alessandro Masiello, Senior Manager at Calypso. Alessandro, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Thank you, Stan.
So we're here to talk about the autonomous enterprise and how AI is advancing automation. Fascinating topic. Could you start us off by telling us, what does the evolution of automation and autonomy entail?
Yeah, sure. I would start by saying that we are used to know very well, the automation in any client manufacturing line or operations. Certainly, we may all know that the automation is founded on typically on programmable logic, right? So, as a matter of fact, as Rockwell, probably we start from that. Our history starts from that. But now, moving into an autonomous factory, you need to look at augmented that ability of programmable logic with a sort of a logic that is adapting over time. And so you need adaptation through data, okay? And so that is what now a lot of effort has focused on, really on trying to adapt those logics that are based on physical principles to augment those knowledge with data that are captured on a day-to-day basis from the operation, from the field. On top of that, so that is an aspect of moving from automation to autonomy. Another aspect is, of course, augmenting your workforce. We are used to have, of course, engineers that are then programming those logic. But now that needs to be augmented by adding resources with strong data science skills. Okay, so people that are very good at taking data and then recognize patterns by, of course, using known methodologies that allow them then to come up with intelligence out of the data. And then also, of course, another important aspect is that I would say the equipments or hardware that we are then using today will have to evolve to a stage where they are more powerful, and so be able to support, right, the algorithm, and so also the new technologies that we are now developing with support of data as well.
Let's go a bit deeper into the concept. From your perspective, what is the role of AI in an autonomous plant environment?
Well, you can think at probably the terms would recommend that is really like your brain, right? It becomes the brain of your factory, and so the ability of people that would work, in that space would be in really creating the way that brain think, right? And in order to do that, you have to generate the model of that brain. And so that requires strong skills, of course, strong capabilities, and very good knowledge of the techniques that today are becoming, more and more important in this field. So that's really artificial intelligence can be compared really to the brain of a factory, right?
Where should executives direct their time and focus in order to prepare for the future of autonomy?
I would say, well, there are certainly several aspects, right, they should focus on. And several barriers that still today, I'd say, the C-suites or in general, executives are facing. One is certainly in creating an autonomous enterprise, you need to look at several aspects, like, for instance, risks, safety, skills of workers, infrastructure, many, you need to really look at many different angles, right, in order to move to that stage. Think about, for instance, at companies that are now looking into creating autonomous vehicles, right? Safety and risks mitigation is probably very, very important, right, in that aspect. So that's one thing. The other thing is that you really need to focus your attention in creating a very robust integration between the operational level, so the OT, and the information level, so the IT. That bond needs to be very, very strong. That integration, vertical integration, needs to be very, very strong. And there are still challenges in that space. The other thing is another barrier that executives should look at taking away is certainly the ability to have people, right, that have those skills, right, that can then, I would say, help in leveraging these technologies, these solutions, and then implement into this architecture in order to then start to gain value, out of, from this system.
Alessandro, it's a fascinating topic, and we're so grateful for you to come into the studio and share some of your perspective and insight into this trend. So thank you for coming.
I appreciate the time that you gave to me, and thanks again.
And thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about the autonomous enterprise and how artificial intelligence is advancing automation, please be sure to visit rockwellautomation.com for more information.